You're watching Two Button Crew,
the daily show for Nintendo fans.
This is Simeon.
And this is Scott.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. And you know what we like to do?
We like to make lists of stuff.
We like to make lists of stuff. And we also really like to do Legend of Zelda episodes. They're some of our most popular episodes. Not that we always do what's most popular, but we sometimes
we're real rebels.
Sometimes we are, and sometimes we don't do a Legend of Zelda episode.
Sometimes we make Power Ranger Lightspeed Rescue episodes.
Yes, we do.
Not yet, but anyway.
It's coming.
I think we're as big of Zelda fans as any. That's dangerous to say.
Yeah, that's definitely dangerous to say.
But we love some Zelda games.
We do indeed.
This episode was requested, so thank you for Malachi Height. You've been a great commentator and commenter. Commentator is something else.
Yeah, that's a little bit different.
I don't think you do that.
Maybe he does that. Maybe he records himself watching our episodes and saying,
man.
These guys don't know what they're talking about.
But thanks for everybody who is so supportive of us in the comments. And we really do love episode ideas. So even if we don't ask for them, put them in there.
Please do. So, guide characters. The Legend of Zelda is full of these characters that either follow you around or help you along throughout your entire journey.
Or they buzz around your head.
And annoy you. But we are here to talk about our favorites and our least favorites as well. So, when I thought of favorite guide characters, I thought of my favorite Legend of Zelda game, which is Majora's Mask. Now, Tattle is a lot different than Navi. Like, at first, you might get the two confused, but one is yellow and one is blue. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
Is that... Oh my goodness.
It's giving us a lot of trouble this week.
It is.
I don't know about this set.
Yeah, thank you for forgiving the pipe. Please do forgive the pipe. So Tattle, he basically, or she, I'm not sure, it's a fairy. Tattle basically is not annoying like Navi is, and it actually has an interesting backstory.
No, I haven't played Majora's Mask.
You haven't played Majora's Mask.
When you say not annoying, was it like Nintendo got all the feedback from Ocarina of Time and made the change?
Possibly, because Tattle doesn't interrupt you hardly at all. Maybe during a cutscene, doesn't say, hey, listen.
Yeah.
Not that I'm aware of. It just is there for information if you need it, basically. And helps you aim.
That's good.
And like I said, Tattle actually has an interesting backstory with the Skull Kid, and he starts out the adventure as a villain. And then he's basically stuck with you. So he's like, wow. I really don't like you. In fact, I tried to kill you, but now I can't be with my brother, so I'm stuck with you. So let's do this thing.
How interesting of a dynamic.
Fantastic.
Is that what you liked? Just
I did.
More depth?
Yeah, more depth to the character and not annoying.
Not like you just woke up in the Kokiri forest, so you got it.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing like that.
Okay. All right. I really like Fi. And I think it's pronounced that way, not Fi, but let's stick with Fi. I thought it was actually pretty cool to learn more about the Master Sword.
Right.
Skyward Sword was a really fun game because before it came out, we learned that it was the first in the timeline.
Yes.
So it was really cool to have the curtains peeled back and see how some of the different staples in the Legend of Zelda franchise came to be. So the Master Sword is something that we see every time, I think, or at least nearly every time.
Pretty much.
And Fi is the spirit inside of the Master Sword, and it was really cool to see that the weapon kind of has a cool
personality,
history and a personality. Yeah, it's a robotic personality. It's not like a robust human personality,
right.
But I think that's actually where a lot of the humor comes from, because it's funny to see and hear when she would rattle off different probabilities and stuff. Like, Master, you are 12% likely to escape this encounter with Girahim or something like that. So it was cool. It was funny because she started out a lot like that. That's pretty much all you'd get from her is probabilities, and she kind of grew more of an interest in Link and a friendship with him, and grew more emotionally as a relatable character. So I really liked that.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And plus, it's fun to hold the Master Sword up and do the Skyward Strike.
Yes. More of that, please. Midna.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one thing that I like about Midna is that whatever your opinion on Twilight Princess, most people will all agree on Midna. Like, Midna, they'll say Midna was a highlight in Twilight Princess. And I have to agree. And we go back to there actually being a story behind this guide character as opposed to just like a convenient way to shoehorn them in.
More than just a tutorial and a character. Yeah, she had her own storyline and stuff. It was pretty cool.
And you don't hear people saying, I want Navi in Smash Brothers, or I want,
that's very good
Linebeck in Smash Brothers. They want Midna. They want to see Midna, or at least Midna and Wolf Link. And I think that that's fantastic, and it shows that Midna has she has her own character. She's playful, she's funny, she has depth. She's not only significant to the story, but also significant to the gameplay itself. She's not just like we said, like shoehorned in, an aiming tool, but like grabs people with her hair and stuff.
And she's pretty cool in Hyrule Warriors.
That is very cool.
Speaking of Hyrule Warriors,
yes,
that game wasn't like on the 2015 release, was it?
No.
I was certain that game was coming out this year. We'll have to check on that. Speaking of Linebeck, I think he was a great guide character. So this guy, he was introduced in Phantom Hourglass, and the next one, I
didn't play it.
Phantom Choo Choo, Phantom Hourglass.
Spirit Train.
Spirit Tracks.
Spirit Tracks.
Oh my goodness.
Phantom Choo Choo. The Phantom Choo Choo.
That was like his grandson or something, but it was the exact same character model.
Oh, really?
So it was really funny. Linebeck is a hoot. He really got me into the DS Zelda games. He's just such a funny guy. He started out like really cowardly. Like he didn't want to help at all. He was just kind of in it for himself. But he becomes kind of a hero, and it's a nice little underdog side story. It's cool to see some character development in him. It's cool to see someone kind of shallow getting redeemed in the game, as well as being funny the whole time. So
yeah,
he was a good guide.
Yes. So we talked about the good.
Yeah.
Let's take a minute just to address the not as good, at least.
The elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room, which we've addressed several times already.
Yeah, so Navi did not make this list, and that's for sure. She's kind of infamous, I think.
Yes.
And here's what baffled me. She somehow got more annoying in the 3DS remake.
Really?
I was not expecting that. Here's why. They assigned it to Navi to be the one to tell the players to take breaks and stuff, and not go outside once in a while.
No.
You've been playing for 15 minutes, you might want to pause and get a life or something like that. Nintendo did that in their games for a while. They might still be doing it, but Navi.
And this is the thing. Is it a he or she? Do we know?
Navi, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, this is the thing that Link goes and, spoiler alert, possibly dies for in the forest at the end of Ocarina of Time and at the beginning of Majora's Mask.
Wow.
Really?
What a righteous man.
Wow.
So, who else?
We got Kapora Gabora. Is that how you pronounce his name?
Yes.
The owl guy? So he's somewhat of a guide character, especially in Link's Awakening. You see him constantly coming and telling you, oh, you need to go and do this thing. And it's like, he's not terrible.
I can't believe how obnoxious they made that. That sometimes the first option would be say everything you just said again.
Yes.
And sometimes it would be,
that is ridiculous.
No, I don't need to hear it again. Why would you switch that? That's like when you are trying to go to the bathroom, and lots of times the girl's bathroom is on the left side.
Yep.
And then they switch it to the right side.
Yeah.
Just
why?
It should be uniform. Bathrooms should be uniform. And Bora's
should
options.
be no. The first option should be no. I've already heard it. Thank
Absolutely.
you. We don't want to listen to you babble on.
Yeah.
And don't want to listen to you talk about the pipe.
King of Red Lions, he didn't make it. I need to play Wind Waker more, but I've heard you say he's just kind of a weird boat guy. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, who's your favorite guide for The Legend of Zelda? What?
Let us know. I was going to say I actually haven't played Wind Waker, but he looks, I mean...
We got to be careful. There's some statements that we can make on this channel, like I've never played Wind Waker, that could get us in real trouble.
Yeah. So. When I was saying that, I was referring to the trailer of the Hyrule Warriors, where he looked like a weird boat guy with a mask.
I don't know. He could be one of the best.
He could be.
We're just talking from personal experience here, so we'd love to hear your personal experience in the comments, please.
Yes, and don't forget to share if you like what you saw. I mean, we appreciate that very, very much.
Thanks for being part of the crew.
Signing out.